Yes, that is me, with a picture, with schemmel, the voice of Goku. Probably one of the most well-known voice actors in English dub for anime of all time. At least, I think so. At least, I personally think so. I mean, you may have seen from the title of the video that I almost made schemmel mad at me for the most stupidest reasons of all time. I told this story before with schemmel like a long time ago, but unfortunately that video no longer exists. It is now lost media. So I will be yapping for a good majority of this. So if you want me to get straight to the point, I will have timestamps for all of y'all that just cannot handle your brain-rotted brain, just cannot comprehend a story that is being told to you. I will have timestamps for you. If that does not work out for you, bro, then just go watch a Kaisenet stream, or better yet, go watch IShowSpeed do a backflip in like Vietnam or something like that. I mean, I'm not stopping you. So yeah, for this story, I'm gonna take you back all the way up to June 2024 of last year. I thought it would be a good idea to go to the Washington State SummerCon. Now, the whole reason why I wanted to go to this Comic-Con in particular was because there was gonna have people from the Dragon Ball cast attending this convention, and I thought like, oh shit, like I want to attend, like I want to meet some of these people. And oh my god, when I saw that schemmel and Chris Sabat were gonna be there, I was like, okay, I have to at least meet one of them. Like if I at least meet one of them, like I'll have my day. I'll have my day be made, right? And so yeah, that's when I decided, like, yeah, I'm gonna go to this convention. I'm gonna go with some of my friends and just have a good time, I hope. And let me tell you guys something just before we start, right? I absolutely despise like comic cons or conventions in general. It's not because of the conventions themselves, right? It's just like I just hate being in large crowds. I hate being like cluttered against like other people, like having to watch like where you go, like your next direction, like having to look behind you of like who wants to pass you, like having to look in front of you, having to stop and just to walk. Like, dude, like I hate large crowds. And I can tell you this, right, because I've been to Tokyo, right? And dude, I almost did not survive because, oh my god, dude, the crowds were just so bad. But yeah, I really don't like conventions, man. Maybe just because I'm antisocial as fuck. Maybe that's just the reason why I hate it. But I mean, it is what it is. I did end up going with some friends of mine. Shout out to one of my friends, Gooby. He was one of those people that attended there, and also one of my butts that drove me there. I didn't want to drive there myself, but you know, because I'm a cheap ass, right? You know, as I walked down the venues, right, I thought like, wow, like this is actually pretty cool. Because guys, keep in mind, right, that even though I hate conventions, this was honestly my first one that I ever attended. And I was just like, wow, so it's actually like how it is, like how you see it like in social media, right, where it's just people like cosplaying costumes. Like people are just having a great time, just walking around, seeing all the different things that you might see, right? And let me tell you guys, it was so funny, right? Because, you know, as I was just like walking with the homies, right? We just had this like Leon Kennedy cosplayer just constantly just like following us, just like, even though he didn't obviously follow us, right? He was still walking towards like every single direction that we were walking, which was so fucking weird. But it's like, oh my god, dude, like imagine if it was like a different costume, like maybe like Bowser or Donkey Kong, like you know, it would have been equally as funny, right? But when I was walking down these venues, right, I didn't really expect much of it, right, because I just wanted to know where the man schemmel was gonna be held at, right? I just wanted to look at where I could possibly go just so I can get myself prepared, you know, to meet him, right? And that's when I decided to, you know, one of my friends that we should just walk down, you know, see what's up, see what this place offers, see what other venues offer, right? So as I was continuing my journey, right, I actually ended up coming across the artist of Plants vs Zombies, and I was like, what? Like, there's no way that the dude who drew my childhood game Plants vs Zombies is in this venue. He was such a nice dude. Like, oh my god, dude, like he didn't even charge for a picture. By the way. So yeah, after I took a picture with the man who drew Plants vs Zombies, right, I have to mention that his venue was like downstairs. This whole area was located in like a building that had an upstairs, right? So I wanted to go into the upstairs to see what was happening upstairs, right? Because I heard a lot of noise coming from upstairs, so I was just like, fuck it, let's go in. My homeboys came in through, and once we decided to open the door, we saw the man. We saw Sean Schimmel's venue. One of my friends was like, "Oh, hey Oscar, look at that. There's Sean Schimmel." And I was like, ooh, I was like soy jacking the fuck out, dude, because listen, this is the first time I've ever been to a sort of event like this, right? So I didn't really know how to properly react, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I was a little bit starstruck, but I wasn't necessarily like, oh my god, that is like the man. Like, it was more or less like, oh, like I seen this dude in social media, I seen this dude online, I seen this dude in countless of interviews. So just to see him in that space, like, was interesting, right? I'm not gonna say it was amazing, because I mean, I'm not trying to fucking glaze here. I'm not trying to be like a glazer. Like, I'm not trying to do that, right? Yeah, it was really cool to see that he was at least in attendance, right? Because I heard sometimes that some of these people do not even attend the conventions that they were scheduled to. So I was like, oh no, I was getting a little worried. And also, not just Sean Schimmel was there too. There was also the voice actor of Whis in attendance too. And, you know, it wasn't just Sean Schimmel in attendance that were big names that I knew of, right? But there's one thing I do have to point out though, because as I was looking through Sean Schimmel's like venue like a little bit closer, I realized that they put his venue right next to like the bathrooms. And I don't know who was in charge of putting him right beside where you just, you know, you take absolute shits everywhere, bro. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny that they decided to put his venue in the right next to the fucking bathroom. And as you may have guessed, I wasted no time to just get myself in line to meet the man, Sean Schimmel, Goku. And let me tell you guys about this line, right? Oh my god, dude, this line was so huge. It was so huge. It was massive. Like, dude, I'm telling you, it was massive. My god, I hate saying that now. Like, if you compared it to all the like the lines that were for the other venues, like, you'd actually be shocked like how different it is. You know that one image of like of all those people entering like a certain room? It's like, I'll put it up on the screen. You know what I'm talking about. It was basically that. When I was in line waiting for a picture, man, like, dude, it was just it was painful, man. Dude, I think I was like in that line for at least 40 minutes. I am telling you, the weirdest people in that line, like, it was so weird. There was so many weird people in that line. You know how we have like these certain like stereotypes of like people who go to like comic conventions, like, you know, obviously like the Chris Chan type of people, just really weird people who absolutely just never go outside or socialize with anybody. I actually never thought like those stereotypes were actually real, but oh my god, dude, when you actually go to a convention, it's actually real. I did not expect to see so many like Chris Chan like people in my life, but they actually do exist, unfortunately. God fucking damn. I remember I was like standing right next to a dude who dressed up as Ichiban from Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I was also standing right next to a Hispanic dude who was just holding a lot of Funko Pops. Man, I fucking hate Funko Pops. Like, can we just be real? Like, I fucking hate Funko Pops. Like, okay. This dude was just talking about Funko Pops the entire time, and I was like, oh my god, please end my misery, please. I just want to take a picture with the fucking voice actor, please. Oh my god. And yeah, right when I was just about to just like snap, like just completely break, there was somebody in Sean's like venue, right, telling us that, hey, Sean Schimmel is gonna take a lunch break, please come back, we'll give you a sticky note for the ones that are in line so that you can get in line without having to be cut off in line, right? And I thought, oh, okay, cool, you know, because I was getting tired with these motherfuckers in the line. I'm telling you, they were weird. You just had to be there. So yeah, I had to go and waste some time at this convention. And what I decided to do was go in and pay a visit to Greg Chun, the voice actor of the Squid Game guy. You know the guy that.
I played these games before. I said I played these games before.
Y'all heard of Yagami from Judgment? He did that too. And listen, I had a picture with him, And let me tell you, this guy was super, super kind. He was very nice. Like, dude, we were just talking about Judgment and Lost Judgment. I told him that I never played the sequel to Judgment because I just haven't had the time. I love the original Judgment though. Freaking nice guy. I had a really long conversation with him. There wasn't really a lot of people in his line for some reason. I don't know why. If y'all ever see that man in any convention, I want y'all to pay a visit to him. I don't care if you don't know him from anywhere. That man is fucking cool. Yes, I am glazing. Yes, I am fucking glazing. And yeah, I took a picture with Weiss. I thought it was cool. I thought it was pretty freaking cool. And also, we also got Sean Schemmel to be in that picture as well, which could potentially would have saved me a few dollars. But yeah, Weiss's actor was pretty fucking cool. I like that guy. And then as I finished meeting up with him, I also met up with Alejandro Sab, also known as Kagi Films. Now, I knew this guy as the dude who played Shallot in Dragon Ball Legends, and also the dude who played Akihiko in Persona 3 Reload, which I found pretty freaking cool. Because I originally knew this guy from YouTube. Just pulling in through his line to get a picture. I told him about how I used to subscribe to Kagi Films when I was younger, right? And his response was like literally, I am so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that you subscribed to my channel when you were 9 years old. I don't know. I heard nowadays he's like a VTuber. Like he does VTubing, I guess, which I get it, bro. Chase your fucking bag. I guess maybe no more Dragon Ball content, but at least we get more VTubing content. And now, as I finished stalling time, just to buy some time, I finally now get to return to my line for Sean Schemmel to get a picture. I was really nervous up to this point. The line was actually moving a lot more faster than I thought. Like once I think I was only 2 more rows behind so that I can get a picture, and oh my god, dude, the line was just moving. It was fucking moving. So yeah, my time to get to meet Sean Schemmel was about to come close. So if you guys did not know, right, usually how it goes with conventions, right, you have to pay. You have to pay to get pictures or to get autographs, right? So as I was about to choose about which things I wanted, right, I chose a picture and an autograph. And I decided to bring a Dragon Ball Reese's Puff cereal. And look, and once I paid, a couple minutes also passed by, and there was only like 2 people ahead of me. I heard a lot of people talk to Sean Schemmel and just Sean answering questions from the fans. I think I heard some people. I think I also heard like a guy telling about what his favorite games are to play. And I remember Sean was like, oh, that he delved into Yakuza at one point, which I found really interesting. Like, whoa, wow, so Goku canonically has played a Yakuza. Shit, did he play Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, which has the Jerkmate minigame? Who the hell knows?
I like where this is going. Giggity.
And after that guy was finished, right, there was only like 1 person left, and then I can go in to meet Sean, right? I remember that the person ahead of me, I think it was like this Asian guy, right? They were talking about like cars, and Sean was basically telling about like, oh, that about his favorite cars, and they were just talking about different things. They were talking about cars and all that shit, and they were just talking, right? And here's the big crucial part, right? So as I was next to him, right, Sean was obviously talking to him, right? But here's the biggest fuck up I made during this entire trip. So I don't know about you guys, but I hold my phones in weird directions, right? Because you gotta keep in mind, right, I was just coming off fresh from paying off my ticket to go and meet Sean. So I hold my phone like this, right? And you gotta keep in mind that I didn't know that my phone was like this, right? It was just kind of like a more of like thing. Like I didn't even know I had my phone like this until Sean Schemmel looked at me. No, didn't just look at me, but he looked at my phone being like this, and he immediately thought that I was recording him. Now, this was the exact thing I fucking feared. Because if y'all didn't know, Sean Schemmel has a really huge problem with people recording him without his consent, which is honestly understandable. If you guys didn't know already, there's some like videos around online of Sean Schemmel just getting mad at fucking people for just, whether to being just a convention thing or just being some like a fan just recording him without his consent. he really gets mad when people really just, they don't ask for his consent for things, right?
Dude, man. Thanks, guys. How you doing? I'm gonna hand sanitize between.
Oh yeah. Check this with the legend himself.
Are you taking photos?
No.
Oh, you're taking video?
Yeah.
Video's not okay.
Oh, okay.
The Broly and Limo are like, I'm giving spoilers. Are you videotaping?
No.
No videotape.
I told him like, dude, no, I'm not recording. Like, dude, I just hold my phone like this, and it was like, he was just like, even though he was having trouble believing me, right? There was like somebody in the venue, right? That, oh my god, he fucking defended me so freaking hard, man. He defended me, but like, because the cashier that did Sean's transactions for like the pictures, right? He told Sean that he was just like getting his phone out ready so that, you know, so that you guys can take a picture together. And Sean was like, oh. And I remember him telling us, not just me too, but the whole reason why he doesn't like people recording him in public, and more specifically more public places, right? It's only because he fears that if someone goes up to his venue, right, and catches him saying something that he should not be allowed to say, that he could potentially just get canceled and lose his job. Which is understandable, right? Even though Sean Schemmel is not like an A-list celebrity or anything, like he's not on the same fucking levels as like Travis Scott, you know, he is still really much like, you know, the face of English dub voice acting for one of the biggest IPs in the world, right? Like, let's just say if I catch Sean Schemmel saying that, oh, that Goku has like a small wiener or something like that, he would probably lose his fucking job. I mean, it's that simple, right? And yeah, after that, he wanted to also check my phone as well. Sean was like, let me see what type of phone you got. Let me see what type of phone you got. And I was just like, okay. I mean, what is he gonna do with it? What was Sean gonna do with my phone? So yeah, Sean Schemmel was like inspecting my phone, which I found really weird because he thought like I was some sort of like Chinese spy that was just about to hunt him down, but you know, it's understandable. I do look a little bit Chinese, so, you know, it's 100% understandable.
But Itoi-san, how do you know about the three blades?
Years ago, I was Chinese.
Hey, it was so weird, man. Like, it was just so freaking weird looking back at it, man. So yeah, Sean Schemmel was finished inspecting my phone, and that's when he decided to, you know, finish up with the fan that I misguidedly interrupted, right? So I felt a little bad that I took all the attention, right? So yeah, as Sean Schemmel was wrapping up with that guy that we're talking about cars, finally, as I approached Sean Schemmel to actually get the stuff that I paid for, I handed him my Dragon Ball Reese's Puff cereal for him to sign, and as he was signing it, I told him that, hey, I loved your work in Dragon Ball, man. Like, dude, Goku is honestly one of my favorite characters of all time. I love what you did for your voice for Goku. I thought it was unique. I thought it was cool. He was nodding, right? As he was signing my Dragon Ball Reese's Puff cereal, right? You know, he put like a little thing about like spoons. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says spoons in here, right? He made like an in-lore question about Goku, you know, just loving spoons so much that, you know, Goku would be such an idiot for liking spoons, right? Like, hey, it's me, Goku. I love spoons. And I was like, hey, Sean, you know, I'm kind of stupid too. And he was like, nah, Sean was like, nah, man, nah, you're not stupid. You're not an idiot. You're not a fucking idiot. And this was finally the time for me to finally take my picture with him. So guys, I'm pretty not sure if you guys noticed this earlier in the video, right? But look at Sean's posture in this photo. Does this remind you of anything? Well, that's because he was doing the exact same pose I did when he accidentally thought that I recorded him. And I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really too happy about this, but considering that I at least like got the picture with Sean Schemmel, I thought it was okay for the time being, right? I thought it was weird that Sean Schemmel would just kind of like mock me in a sort of way, right? And listen, when I say mock, I'm just saying like more like impersonate me, right? I'm not saying that, oh, like he's a fucking shitty person for doing that. No, I just think like it's really cool, right? Because Sean Schemmel took the time out of his day to just kind of impersonate me, right? I remember him earlier telling me that, like, you know, I'm sorry about the whole ordeal, right? But at least we finally have, at least we have a story now. At least we have a story now to tell each other if we ever meet each other again in another convention, right? That's what he told me. We have a story now. You know, meeting the guy, Sean Schemmel, was definitely one of the weirdest times on my life, I won't even lie to you. And for those that are gonna comment saying that, oh, never meet your heroes, bro, Sean Schemmel is not my hero. Like, maybe if I was like pursuing voice acting professionally and selling my soul to Los Angeles, I probably would consider him a god. But he's not my hero. I just thought of him as the guy that voiced Goku, and I appreciated his work, and I wanted to meet the guy. And I just so happened to just get a really weird picture with him and a really weird interaction with him. I'm not really sure if I should be happy about it, but I'm actually kind of glad it kind of happened, right? Because this wasn't just some sort of like NPC, like just agree and meet, right? It actually felt like something genuine, despite the circumstances, right? Even though Sean Schemmel was about to get fucking pissed at me, I did think that, oh, you know, at least our interaction was somewhat unique. And I remember telling my friends about this, right? That like, oh shit, I almost made Goku mad. Like, I almost made Goku mad. I was almost about to make him go Kakarot mode for a second, right? Crazy, man. It's crazy how life just turns you in so many different directions, like, and you wouldn't expect, right? And yeah, and after that, I mean, I went to go home and just kind of reflect on that day. I want to let y'all know, right, but this is all like true information. Like, none of this information was manipulated in a way to make it seem like I was the good guy in the situation, or Sean Schemmel was supposed to be the bad guy in the situation. This was just more of a personal experience. This isn't meant to be a video about dunking on Sean Schemmel to end his career. This is not any of that. So if Sean Schemmel ever watches this, bro, I'm not after your career, bro. That's Twitter's job. That is Twitter's job, because I know there's a lot of people that do not like Sean Schemmel, and I 100% understand that. But it is what it is, right? So yeah, this was my weird interaction with Sean Schemmel. Sean Schemmel has built a sort of reputation over the past, and yeah, like, this just wraps up my whole freaking story, man. Like, meeting Sean Schemmel was hella weird. And if you ever do go and plan on meeting Sean Schemmel at a convention near you, just don't ever put this pose on you. Just don't get this pose on you. This may have Sean Schemmel get PTSD, by the way. So yeah, anyways, you guys, just gonna wrap it up for this video, y'all, and have yourselves a damn fucking good one, and peace out, y'all.